Hey, welcome to another Flights with Joel. This one is at Burbank Airport, otherwise known as Bob Hope Airport, in the great city of Burbank in California. I've been wanting to do a video on this for a while. I've been thinking about checking this airport out, and it is really an awesome airport. This is by ORBX. I have done a video on this in Prepare 3D version 4 or version 5, but it took a while because first, when this came out, the frame rates were terrible, and so it took a bit, and then I had some problems and wasn't doing videos, and now I have a new thing to fly here, and most people know, if you clicked on this video, you probably already know what this is. This is the Media Hype Train H135, and I'm getting on the train and hyping this thing because I'm having a ball with it. I really am. It is only version 0.8. They're putting out new versions daily, sometimes hourly, on their Discord channel, and so this is where we're at now. I'm going to turn on my track IR. Whoops. Okay, I gotta set it. Track IR is on. The doors open and close all at the same time. So, to those who are working on this model, anything I talk about that is not a 100% enthusiastic, I'm just giving my opinion. I'm just saying what needs to be worked on. I understand it's a work in progress, and it will get there. It's come a long way since I first stepped into this thing already, literally daily updates. So to close the doors is kind of an odd one. You hit cowl flaps right down here. Cowl flaps. That closes the door. Haven't seen that before. And these three screens, when I first got in this thing, were very primitive. Now they're getting close. The sounds are so much better. There's more sounds. The fact that the controls aren't animated is very strange in a helicopter, so I can't show you how much force I'm using, how much pedal I'm using. I will have to try and tell you. So there it is. You just click on the batteries, which were right down there, and then you have all these screens. Now what's cool is all three of these screens have all these different modes. So you have a radar mode, you have the engines mode, and you have the GPS mode, and you have the autopilot mode, and then you're back to the flight mode, flight instruments mode. I like flying with three different screens. I like to have the GPS, instruments, engine, and instruments. You just hit this little button down here. Because it's FedEx, it starts right up. Now obviously this is not 100%. This is not 100% as the real one flies. The procedures aren't there. What is there though is they have added effects. Now can you see that yet? Not yet. Oh, there it goes. Okay, you should be able to see that effect now. That is huge in my mind, even though most of the time I fly, I'm going to be in here. So, engine number 2 coming up. Number 1's almost at 60. And I come out here. Engine number 2 will have that effect coming up pretty quick. I might have to turn the FedEx on because it's an odd thing, and maybe the developers will fix. Maybe it's fixed by now. I'm telling you, they go through stuff so fast. I'm turning on the pitot heat because otherwise you get this yellow stuff. Battery disengaged. That means I need to turn these generators on. Generators on. Pitot heat. Okay, I thought I turned that on. There we go. Rotor RPM is low because I haven't. Oh, this time this hasn't happened yet. This time, the second engine came up all the way to 59.9, 59.8. The last several times it hasn't done that. Key point here, if you've not seen this yet, that little thing there, you can switch to Xbox, which they don't have yet, can switch to basic. It's going to be a lot easier to fly. I have been an armchair helicopter pilot for quite some time, so most opinions I give are going to be based on my armchair helicopter experience, not real world, although I've flown a little bit in the real world, not enough to tell you what an H135 is supposed to be flying like. Now that red right there, that's because I haven't hit that last button. The FEDEC is now on. It should handle all of my engine controls. It's going to bring the engines up to 99.8 or so. There they go. They are stabilizing. The greatest thing about this latest update is I have torque gauges, which they didn't have for a while. So now, when I bring the collective up, the throttle, if you're not familiar with helicopters, the torque gauge, that one there, starts to move. Now, we don't really have any, nothing really happens to about 40. So, in most of the helicopters I've flown, if you get to here and you move, I am moving the cyclic all over the place, which you can't see, but I'm moving the cyclic, it doesn't do anything. So it happens kind of suddenly. So I've got to put left pedal in, which needs a lot of, and once I get it up to 40, or there it goes, now we're airborne, and I have a good amount of left pedal. See if I let it go. That's no left pedal. Putting the left pedal back in. There we go. I have just a little bit of wind today. I'm going to hover taxi over to my spot. Zoom out a bit. I have a really hard time flying outside the aircraft, so I'm just going to do that a little bit. Oh, there we go. See, I just get lost immediately when I'm outside the aircraft. I am not an RC pilot. There we go. There's those exhaust. And wind is going the other way, but first I'm going to do some slow flying around here. This is getting a lot more like a helicopter. A lot more. There are real world helicopter pilots that are quite happy with it. So who am I to complain? There are definitely some things that could be better, probably will be better. I think it's the first helicopter in the flight sim. Not everyone agrees. There are some people. Oh, I'm not cleared to take off. Well, I shouldn't have been on that frequency then. But oh well. So, Burbank Airport. Some really cool stuff here. Hollywood Picture Vehicles. This is pretty cool. It's a real place. I noticed they took the helipads off. Part of the frame rate issues might have been helipads at this police air support in another spot. Maybe those were causing the frame rate issues. Very possible. Not sure. But really nice detail, as with everything. So I'm putting a lot of throttle in now. 80% power. And there's, you do go through transitional lift somewhat, but you need a lot of pedal on this thing. Lots of pedal. Where am I at? Almost to 70. So normally I'd let the pedal out by this speed, but look at that. You really can't do it. You need pedal. And I don't know how realistic that is. Not sure. It's funner and funner every time I get in it. Funner and funner. So that is just awesome. Just awesome. And there's a lot of traffic out here right now. So another thing I always do when I first get in a helicopter is I try a couple of these maneuvers. They are fairly simple maneuvers. See how it does. I'm going faster than I planned on B, but oh well. So I still need some pedal to get this turn to work coordinated. Hopefully there's no one landing. More Burbank Airport. Bleed off the power, bleed off the speed. Power's about the same. Lots of left pedal. And check it out. Nice. Yeah, this works really well. I don't know what all those red lines are about. Jeez, settle down. All right. Try that again. And as it bleeds off, I'll try going to the right this time. Yeah. There we go. Oh, big red numbers again. Big red lines. Huh. This was the airport that I took my first flight lessons at, so definitely holds a special place in my heart, and ORBX has done an amazing, amazing job. Often goes on sale. It's not very expensive for a flight simulator, for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 or Msfs. So if I'm flying along here, it's also fun. You can hit Z and the autopilot is now on. There are autopilot controls. I haven't checked them out much. But now I can just fly along. Check out Burbank. And it should keep flying for me. Check out all that traffic, and then I hit Z. Autopilot goes off. That red light will stay on the rest of the flight. That is a glitch in the simulator. So they are working on the systems, they're working on the flight model. It's getting better and better. Just the fact that I can have 3 screens makes the whole three-dimensional part of it look better. There are tons of heliports in here already. Now, the packages for P3D for the ORBX Burbank also had these studios detailed. I'm not sure if they're any more detailed now than they already are in the new flight sim. They're already pretty detailed, so I'm just not 100% sure. But it's fun. It's really cool. And there are like 5 or 6 helipads right in this area. That is Universal Studios in Burbank. I think that's a Hilton there. That has a helipad on it. So until very recently, any building over, I don't know, 10 stories or something, had to have a helipad. There's one, Comcast and Universal. I just discovered a new one right down here. Where is it? Uh-oh, I might have missed it. I might have to go back. So I am putting in a lot of left pedal right now to slow down. And I don't know if I'm anywhere near that helipad that I found earlier. I think I'm approaching a different helipad right by the freeway here. Nope. Okay, that's not it. A little bit further. Oh, left pedal, left pedal, left pedal. Flowing too fast. There it is. So that number is how much weight it can hold. That being 12,000 pounds for this helipad. Now these are just what comes in the game. So they are not highly detailed. But they're here, and I'm sure some developer now, very soon, is going to start putting better ones in. There's already a pack for Los Angeles, which I'll probably grab and fly to next. There we go. Safe and sound on the top of this building. Now I'll go through the shutdown. Pretty much like the startup. Reverse, you hit the FedEx. There we go. So like I say, not 100%, still fun. You've already, everything's mostly slowed down enough now. Hit engine 1. There it is, winding down. That hit engine 2. Like I say, this is version 0.8, I believe. If you go on their Discord server, Media Hype Train Discord server, then you'll be able to find all kinds of updates and all kinds of conversation. I'll put a link to the main download for this in the description, at least. So, turning the track IR off, just so it's easier. I forgot to turn my lights on. No wonder it didn't look right. Okay. Sorry about that. Open the doors. Kill the battery. Kill that. That's a little annoying to some of us. And there it is. All ready for passenger loading, unloading. It's a little strange. A couple little things. All the doors open at once, so that's a little bizarre. I've not found that before. And of course, at this time, there's no animations at all. There's also no helicopter flight model for the simulator yet. So the fact that they've done what they've done is, it's pretty awesome. They've kind of hacked the model and done everything they can. I'm curious, there's another helicopter coming out, a Bell 47, one of my favorite helicopters, that's coming out within the next few months that supposedly has a flight model that will do everything that the serious helicopter enthusiasts want. If you've been flying helicopters in X-plane, this is going to seem a lot less involved. If you've been flying in helicopters in P3D, this is going to be up to par or better than that. And I know it's going to keep getting better because they're working their butts off on it. They're very enthusiastic developers. So there you go. Thanks for watching. This has been another Flights with Joel, and appreciate you stopping by. This is the H135.